And welcome back to another daily devotion. I'm Pastor Roy here at Woodlawn Christian Church in Lake City, Iowa, and this devotion is for Monday, April 24th of 2023. We are in the book of 1 Corinthians, and we're almost done with 1 Corinthians. We are in chapter 15. Originally, I had intended to finish chapter 15 today, but we're going to break it in two parts. We'll finish it tomorrow. Then don't forget that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week, I will be gone, so we won't come back and finish chapter 16 and the book until next week, Monday or Tuesday, depending on whether I break chapter 16 into one part or two parts. I haven't decided yet, but I will eventually. So with that, let's take a look at verses 35 to 44 in chapter 15 today. And I do need to move quickly. We've got a meeting in a few minutes, and I'm doing this on Sunday, and it seems like I'm getting one interruption after another during trying to record this. So let's dive right in and try to finish. The resurrection body. We've been talking about the general resurrection, and now we're talking about what kind of body you're going to have. What's going to go on with that? And this is really the only information we have in Scripture that I'm aware of that Paul tells us. So let's see what we got. 35 to 44. But someone will ask, how are the dead raised? With what kind of body do they come? You foolish man, what you sow does not come to life unless it dies. And what you sow is not the body which is to be, but a bare kernel, perhaps of wheat or of some other grain. But God gives it a body as he has chosen, and to each kind of seed its own body. For not all flesh is alike, but there is one kind for men, another for animals, another for birds, and another for fish. There are celestial bodies and there are terrestrial bodies, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. There's one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars, for stars differ from star in glory. So it is with the resurrection of the dead. What is sown is perishable. What is raised is imperishable. It is sown in dishonor. It is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness. It is raised in power. It is sown a physical body. It is raised a spiritual body. If there is a physical body, there is also a spiritual body. Okay, now we know from what we have for information about Jesus, and remember, Jesus is the first fruit of the resurrection. We will have something, won't be exactly like Jesus by any means, but there's that much of a manifestation or a conversion, I guess I should say, or a transformation. That's the word I want, transformation. There'll be that much of a transformation from what we are in this kind of a body to what will be raised. He uses the analogy of a seed. And a seed, certainly, I'm planting tomatoes, and we've got tomato plants getting ready for the garden this year. And I actually planted 4 more today because I had some that died off of a certain variety that I really wanted. And so I'm going to try again on that variety. I'm going to be a little bit late, but tomato seed's a tiny, itty-bitty little thing, but it grows into this is supposed to be one of these big tomatoes, ones that are monster-sized Mondo tomatoes. So it's going to be a big plant with big tomatoes. But the seeds are itty-bitty little thing. And if you were to see that little bitty seed, you have no concept or way to even begin to imagine, if you're not familiar with tomato plants, what that's going to become. And it's the same thing with our spiritual body, our resurrected body, the new heaven, the new earth. And then what is the earth going to be like? Well, oftentimes people try to imagine what the new earth is, and it looks a lot like the old earth, to be quite honest. We don't know. And how could we know any more than we know what the resurrected body is going to be? The new earth, the new heaven, new earth is going to be completely something different, something beyond our comprehension. And that's what, sometimes you got to be comfortable with not knowing, folks. We don't like the unknown oftentimes. We worry and we fret about the unknown, but we have the promise from Jesus. It's all going to be okay. It's all going to work out to our benefit, to our glory. So we're going to be raised in glory versus sown in dishonor and raised in glory. What a wonderful thing it will be when the Lord comes again. Now, whether any of us, are still drawing breath, or if we are going to be, lurching out of the ground, as they would say, at the resurrection, whatever that's going to be like, it's going to be interesting. We'll be there. We'll all get to see it someday, whether we perish beforehand or whether we are still alive at that time. We don't know. No way to know. Maybe this Wednesday at 3 o'clock, Jesus will come again, and we'll find out. But we will find out what the bodies will be like. It's going to be something magnificent, something beautiful, something glorious. That much we know. But it will not be something we can comprehend, because it's just as, again, as we reiterate, Paul is saying that each has its own kind of body. All of these earthly ones, so is the same with the spiritual body, the resurrected body. And it's going to be so different. It's going to be like that, the difference between that itty bitty little tomato seed and a huge tomato plant. All right, with that, I'm going to let you go because I've got to get ready for a meeting here in just a few minutes. Have a very blessed day, and please, please, please be a blessing to someone today. Tomorrow we'll finish chapter 15, and then, like I said, remember, I'll be gone, and we'll come back next week, May 1st. Will probably be the day we finish it. Probably I'll just take 16 in one big slug, and then we'll jump into 2 Corinthians. All right, take care. God bless you all. Love you.